Intent of gods. The spiritual lineage is largely classified into Kunitsu lineage and Amatsu lineage. The 6 dimensions. Creators. Aim Hajime Aim Hashiranushi Okami. Aim Hajime Aim Hashirami Okami. The 4 dimensions. Kokuso Kunatakatachi Okami. Kunayorozu Sukurinushi Okami. Kunitsu lineage. Kunayorozu Sukurimi Okami, Amatsu lineage. The 3 dimensions. Hayamizushiru Hiko Okami. First child Daiji Shogun Okami. Second child Akutama Okami. Shiahi no Okami. This is an outline up to now. Most of the names of the gods will change when theocracy is restored. But names of the original gods never change. All the gods upper than Daiji Shogun Okami are the original gods. Difference in names of the original gods is because the scope of their task is different. When it is time of the freewheeling, the gods of Yehovah Shin, guardian deities, are allowed to act freely because it is the wills of the original gods, and Yao Hikaru Shin, in the lineage of Daiji Shogun Okami, who must act at the front, have to withdraw and have had the hard times. However, both have forgotten the original natures of the gods and distorted themselves. Resultantly, they have caused too much dusts and scums. Consequently, both the spiritual world and the real world are filled with them and badly contaminated. If man wants to know about what man's origin is and about the truth, it all becomes clear when one's position in the spiritual world, one's all conducts for both good and bad, and one's fate are known. How the god's spirit is influenced and changed by the circumstances, and the sequence of the events in this world are more or less by the reflections of what have happened in the upper world. The original nature of the spirit makes the base of man. So man has to pursue achieving the order and the prosperity with the hard effort in minimizing damages and maximizing benefits. That is what the inborn nature of man is to be. What is right or wrong has been tentatively set up. Man will never know the truth unless man transcends them. In the universe there exist fundamental rules that control the natural phenomena. Heavenly cycle of time, the creation, the freewheeling, the limitation and the reunification are the universal rules. Absolute A as the creation and the synthesis, A as the freewheeling, IH as the limitation, O as the reunification, A as the completion. This cycle of the universal rules runs as providence of the heaven in the 4-dimensional world. Time of the creation is over. It could be felt an unrestricted atmosphere. It has entered time of the freewheeling. In the earthly world on the ground, man is created and theocracy has started. There is a word from Motofumi Kurai Minoshi Nushi o Okami, Tenchi Kanpan Deiso Shin. The original God for whole the creation, heaven and earth, presides over the 7-dimensional world, says now the creation of man and earth have been done. But still the gods and man are inexperienced and puerile. Under the circumstances, even if the reunification has done and theocracy has started again, all soon may fall into perfunctory and bureaucracy. Namely, it is not ready. To make the gods and man strong, it has been plotted time of the ordeal for them. Accordingly, the god of the 6-dimensional world, Moroku Okami, secretly has worked out. Time of the great ordeal is begun. The god's spiritual world as well as both the gods and human being have forgotten the universal rules. Ultimately, it falls into the serious situation where they all have abandoned the universal rules. The gods preside over the four-dimensional world have retired and become the tutelars for them all secretly. If it is time of the true free world arranged by the gods correctly, everything would be governed consistently from the heaven. But it is time of the freewheeling without any control of the gods. It has become totally irregular and disarrayed. Everything is disordered and is chaotic. All has forgotten the nature of the original gods. It is started by the greedy mind for love and rule. The gods and human being have had to spend so harsh and hard times and have had so many practices and trainings in time of the ordeal. At last they have come to think themselves that they must do something to do with this disarrayed situation. They have found themselves they must go back to the origin. Now the original gods have expressed divine wills to terminate the disarrayed world. Now the gods and man have come to realize the end of time of the freewheeling. Time of limitation has arrived. Justice and righteousness have been corrupted. Divine road appears. Temporarily made time of the darkness without the gods finally ends. The upper worlds have proceeded to do lots of preparations and let man know what the gods' scheme and thought are. In the words of the gods expressed by apocalypse scriveners of the 5 founders of religion's notes, Japan is a small nation. But if the root appears, it is formidable. Man must know the facts that the original gods have created the universe, the earthly world and man, and they exist actually in this world of the gods and man. Without knowing them, man never knows the movements of this world. The Dai Nihon Doh is not a religion nor an imaginary doctrine. It is the great principle that is originated in the root of the universe, comprises consistently with the whole universe and pursues the truth practically. Man must appreciate these words and carry out the great Dai Nihon Doh. A person, Yuhtaroh Yano, to whom Kokuso Kunatakatachi Okami has ordered, has written summaries of the 5 religious founders' doctrines and has shown where the volition of the gods lies. Until he completes his work, he has made an undescribable effort. He has experienced hard times while he is studying the 5 religious doctrines to let people know about the wills and the scheme of the gods. He is led to know by the gods about the existence of the emperor lineage in Takeuchi documents, Takeuchi family's old papers kept in a Takeuchi family from ancient times. He tells people about the gods' intent. And also there are lots of other people led to work on the job similar to the study Yano have engaged for the gods. Since the beginning, the gods have consistently promoted the scheme and the wills of the original gods for man and the universe. The gods have made an effort to clean the Sanzen Sakai 3000 worlds, the 4th dimensional world, the spiritual world and the earthly world, to eradicate distorted ideologies, dusts and dirties that have nested and have accumulated in Sanzen Sakai. Why the vices are born and how they have proliferated are made clear. Their causes and roots are eradicated and Sanzen Sakai has been cleaned. If it is not cleaned, the gods as well as man mentally and physically will have no normalcy. Namely, the evil thought, the vicious concept and the disorders will be rampant. And there happens time they dominate 65 even to have the authorities. Outwardly man and common world do not notice the vices. People have not been seemingly influenced their emotions and have not gotten hurt by them. People do not know what lies at bottom and just have to spend a life on daily errands. Upon completion of cleaning for the four-dimensional world, the three-dimensional world is influenced accordingly and an atmosphere there is being changed. The wills of the gods have been working on Japan, Hinomoto, that is centered on the earth. But there was time when they worked on foreign countries to let them do whatever they wanted. All in all, development of talent and techniques of civilization and culture are of the product of the great scheme arranged by the gods. Now time has come for all to do the entire transition,